for agreeing to see me, Sheldrake. I tell you, I've been busted with inspiration lately. The screenplay ideas are just spilling out of me these days. Oh, thanks for the coffee. You're a very generous man, Sheldrake. So you want to hear my first movie idea, do ya? Here's my first idea. It's a love story. A standard boy meets girl deal, okay? But set among the backdrop of an old-fashioned film noir on the dirty streets of 1930s San Francisco. He's a gumshoe with a crooked past and a broken heart he can't get over. She's a journalist, a tough, brassy dame with a heart of gold and a mouthful of stinging wit. It's a crowd-pleasing tale of romance, corruption, greed, and redemption, but with zombies! That's right, zombies and vampires and vampires and zombies! And the gumshoe and the scrivener have to battle against the zombies and the vampires, and the zombies are all attacking the populace, and the vampires are killing everybody too, and then a bunch of ninjas jumps out and starts fighting against the vampires, and maybe throwing a renegade cop with a machine gun, and... Well, you want to greenlight that one? Oh, I wasn't actually done with the plot summary, but... Well, sure, okay, great. Let's do it. We'll discuss the contract later. Say, as long as we've got the extra time, would you like to hear my second pitch? Okay, goes like this. It's a sequel to Dr. Zhivago. Seriously, it'll be a lot like the David Lean original, but with an even bigger budget and a cast full of today's hottest young stars for crossover appeal. We'll see these up-and-comers stretch their acting talents to the limits and surprise us. A real prestige picture, see? A timeless epic of love and revolution and sacrifice and war and countless other universal themes. But with zombies! That's right, zombies and vampires and vampires and zombies. And the vampires are biting all the zombies, and the zombies are chewing up all the vampires, and then Batman comes along, and Batman starts fighting against the zombies and vampires, and then he teams up with Iron Man, and they do stuff, and then Betty White comes out and says something dirty, and then Betty White fights against Batman and Iron Man, and there's lots of evil robots and monsters and things, and you want to greenlight that one too? Really? Well, today's my lucky day. Oh, thanks for the cigar, Sheldrake. You're a good man. Listen, as long as I'm on a roll, I've got a third movie idea kicking around the back of my mind these days. Would you like to hear that one? Okay, it goes like this. It's a quiet, thoughtfully paced experimental drama in the traditions of Ingmar Bergman and Italian neorealism about a depressed, isolated priest who's questioning his faith in God. It's set during the Black Plague in the Middle Ages, and the priest sees nothing but suffering and death and hopelessness all around him. Now, the conflict of the story is really just an internal struggle, dramatized mostly through the priest's conversations with God, alone in his cathedral, conversations that seem fruitlessly one-sided and futile. The film would be shot in black and white, with a handheld camera to give it a Dog Me 95-style documentary feel, following a non-linear storyline threaded with moral ambiguity and the most subtle of symbolism. All of this would challenge the audience and force them to face their deepest fears and anxieties, with an unresolved ending that leaves everyone asking troubling questions about their own place in the universe. You're saying you don't want to greenlight that one. Well, what if you threw in zombies? Of course, but angsty, depressed zombies, full of European-style ennui, and they're so wrapped up in their own existential musings that they can't bring themselves to attack anybody. But they're still zombies, right? And vampires, sure, they'll be vampires too. They don't sparkle or anything. They just sit around talking about the meaninglessness of life. In Swedish. Those kinds of vampires. I see. Well, what about a breakdancing CGI panda? Sold! Thank you, that was pitch.